Right, let's take you now to breaking news that's coming out from Thailand, where at least 22 people have been killed and dozens injured after a passenger train derailed. The train was travelling from Bangkok to the northeast city of Ubon when a construction crane collapsed onto one of its carriages. Police say that the death toll is expected to rise. Now, rescue teams are at the scene working to free passengers that are still trapped inside the train. Let's now go to the Thai capital, Bangkok, where we have our reporter there, Tony Cheng. Tony, so a rescue operation, from what we understand, is underway. This has all happened within, the last half hour or so. Have you been able at all to piece together what's happened exactly?
Well, just the basics as we understand it. This train was traveling from Bangkok to Ubon Ratchasima in the northeast, close to the border with Cambodia. We understand at about 9 o'clock, it was traveling underneath the construction site for a high-speed rail. And we understand a crane that was working overhead on that construction site collapsed onto the track below. The train then was derailed when it hit that crane, and there was a brief fire that ensued. The initial reports said there were only 4 fatalities. That very quickly jumped to 12. We now understand from the Thai police, who told Al Jazeera that it was 22, and at this stage they're expecting it to climb. They say 55 people are injured, but they're going through the accident site at the moment, and from what we can understand, it is a pretty terrible scene. The fire has now been extinguished, but from the sounds of things, from the reports we've got from the Thai police, the wreckage is extensive.
Right, and Tony, what do we know about that route in terms of where it started from and where it's heading?
Well, this is a very commonly used route. The northeast of Thailand is heavily populated, very rural, but it's the home of a lot of migrant workers who come in from the countryside into Bangkok. We understand there are as many as 200 people on this early morning train heading out to the northeast. This route has been the site of a high-speed Chinese rail project, which has been under construction for quite some time now, about a decade. It's supposed to be bringing a high-speed rail, which is on a sort of concrete platform above the existing rail line. And pictures that we've seen of the scene seem to show the crane, which was working up there, has fallen from the big concrete columns in which it was placed onto the tracks below. There have been problems with safety on that line. We've seen a number of fatalities in accidents over the last couple of years. But it's a very commonly used route, and I think it'll be really a great concern, obviously, to the people who are using the route, but also to safety officials who are looking very closely at the origins of this crane.
So, Tony, from what I understood from what you're saying is that the route is a very common route, especially for workers that are moving between the capital and rural areas. But the area that we can see, perhaps we can see that overhead bridge there, that's part of the new high-speed rail that is still under construction. Do we know who is constructing it? Is this a Thai company? Is it governmental? And also, why is there a high-speed rail line being constructed in Thailand? What's the purpose there?
It's a company called Ital Thai, which is the company that's responsible for this construction. The high-speed rail project, it was one that was signed by the Thai generals who were behind the 2014 military coup. Very soon afterwards, they did a number of deals with China to introduce a high-speed rail network into Thailand. Thailand has a very extensive rail network, but it's very slow. It's commonly used. Tickets are generally very cheap. But this is part of the modification of Thailand's transport network in the hope that it'll be part of an integrated ASEAN high-speed train network. Nonetheless, this particular route has been fraught with difficulty. It's taken a very long time. As I said, there have been safety questions in the past, and there have been a number of accidents that involve fatalities. At this stage, I think one would be reluctant to speculate as to what's exactly behind this accident in particular. But I think a lot of people will be looking at this project, wondering why it's taken so long, wondering why there have been so many accidents on the line.
All right, thanks very much for that update, Tony. Cheng there, updating us on that breaking news that we have coming out of Thailand, where at least 22 people have been killed and dozens of others injured after a passenger train has derailed.
Don't miss out. Get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news, expert insight. Like, share, stay ahead.